Welcome to this quick video in which we'll show how to install the environment for UMass ComSci 220 on a Windows machine. The first thing we'll want to do is download Visual Studio Code, which many of you will already have from previous classes here at UMass. So we'll just quickly download this and open the installer. And here you can just pretty much leave all the defaults on. Okay. Once that's installed, there are a couple of extensions that we recommend you install, but you don't have to. So we'll open up Visual Studio Code. It should look something like this here. We can close the welcome screen. And this right here is the extensions panel. These extensions panels, there's many of them. They can just make a lot of things easier. So here's the three that we want. Prettier, which will format your code. ESLint, which will integrate ESLint into VS Code, and we'll talk more about what ESLint is and what it does in the next video, in which we'll go through a sample assignment. And then finally, code spell check, which will just make sure that you don't have any spelling errors in your variable names, your strings, etc. This is just helpful. All three of these are recommendations. You don't have to have any of these, but we do really recommend it. Okay, so now that we've installed VS Code, we want to head over to node.js.org and download and install Node. So let's think for a second about what Node does. So Node is a JavaScript runtime environment that'll basically run JavaScript code on your computer. And since we're using TypeScript in this class, which will be transpiled, I think, into JavaScript, and you'll learn more about that in the lecture, we're going to want to install Node. So there's two options here on this Node.js site. There's the LTS version, which currently is 20.11.0, and this current version, which is 21.6.1. So we're going to want to go with the one that's recommended for most users, which right now is 20.11.0, the LTS. So you can download this one. If you already have Node installed, just make sure that it's either version 16, 18, or 20. So if it's any of those three versions, that is fine. So since this is version 20, the LTS, we're going to install that. So again, we can just leave all the default options on. I'm going to change the path of where I'm installing Node, but you don't have to. Everything else, just as I said, leave it as the default. So once that's successfully installed, we're just going to want to check this installation on our computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new command prompt, and we're going to type in node -- version. And we can see that the version 20.11.0 is installed. The last thing that we want to check is that npm is also installed. So npm is the Node package manager, and it's what we'll use behind the scenes to install packages that your projects will depend on. So again, npm -- version should show us that the version of npm is installed. Right now it's version 10.2.4, which is the latest version, so we're all set to go with the installation. Okay, in the next video we're going to take a look at downloading, opening, working with, and then submitting our very first project. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.